Hi, I'm Mario DiGregorio and I'm a professional wetland scientist, and I am on the Ochs property on the easement to the Gorda Realty Trust property here in Aquinnah, Massachusetts. Today's date is July 20th, 2004. All of the points which I am referencing in our presentation today are referenced on the exhibits to accompany testimony in the matter of Gorda Realty Trust. Exhibit 3, Existing Conditions Plan showing BVW lines by Daler Consulting, dated November 19th, 2003, with the last revision January 23rd, 2004. I am presently standing at the edge of my bordering vegetated wetland, flag number W3, which I set 2 years ago. As you can see in front of me, a predominantly wet meadow community comprised largely of switchgrass and large cranberry. Behind me, in a very distinct line, is a rather dense canopy of black oak, which extends from here southeast. As you can see, as we pan towards the southeast, you can see the dense black oak thicket that is behind me. We're now going to go into the area delineated by the Daler experts as statutory wetland, where we'll examine 2 of their test pits to examine the depth to groundwater and presence or absence of hydric soils. Referencing the pre-filed written direct testimony of W. Sterling Wall, and this is dated December 2nd, 2003. Looking at the submitted DEP delineation field data form, once again we're at observation plot 2B, and as you can see, virtually all around me in the canopy is black oak, which is the dominant single species within this plot. There is also a subdominance of northern bayberry. Basically, those are the 2 dominant plant species within this plot. Using a tile spade and when it got too deep, a post hole digger, using DEP standards, indicating that 12 inches at groundwater level would be a hydric condition. I did dig a test pit of approximately 3 feet in depth. Looking at where the freestanding water is, I got a measurement of 33 inches. Looking at the submitted hydrological data by Mr. Wall, he indicates that at this site there is a depth to soil saturation at 5 inches and a depth to free water at 10 inches. So we're virtually more than 3 times as deep with the groundwater table here than what is indicated in the Wall DEP field sheet. Looking at the test hole and the material excavated from the test hole, I noted no sign of concentrations or depletions, no redoxamorphic structure indicating elevated groundwater levels at or near the surface. It's a very light colored, medium to fine sand, as I said, with no sign of redoxamorphic structure. And once again, we have free water at 33 inches. Now we'll be leaving the 2B plot of Daler and we'll be heading over to the 2A plot and ultimately to the Daler wetland line. This is approximately the observation plot of Daler 2A. I am standing at the A3 flag set for the BVW line set by Daler Consulting. Once again, as you can see, we're in a predominantly oak forest with some bayberry and poison ivy as subdominants in the shrub and ground cover layer. I'm presently at test pit 1B. This material comes from approximately 20 inches in the hole. As you can see, it's a very light colored, fine to medium sand. Doesn't appear to have any redoxomorphic structure whatsoever, no mottling, glaying, nodules or concretions. It's pretty much a straightforward sand with no indicators of wetland hydrology within the hole to 20 inches. We've dug a test pit now to over 3 feet in depth, and we did get standing water quite a ways down. Certainly it's over 3 feet before we actually hit standing water. We've let the hole sit here for about 10 minutes to allow any seepage to come in and fill the bottom of the hole, but we are well over 3 feet in depth before coming to standing water. So the groundwater table here is even deeper than in the previous hole we just looked at. Now, comparing our depth to free water at 36 inches here on plot 1B, the Daler Consulting sheet states that they had depth to free water at 17 inches. So once again, we're more than twice as deep with our standing free water as was indicated in the Daler data. We are leaving 1B now and going over to observation plot 1A. Note once again the dense canopy of oak throughout the site. Now we're going over to wetland flag A5, which is on this oak right here. So this is the Daler wetland flag A5. The width of the oak forest here is approximately anywhere from 60 to 70 feet wide to the wetland line that Daler set. Now we're going over to the water well. This is the well, and now behind me is the Ochs residence. I am standing at the west side of the proposed bridge abutment, and we'll be walking towards the east side of the proposed bridge abutment. East side bridge abutment. Now we'll be going into the middle of the intermittent stream where we've dug a test pit. Using a tile spade as well as a post hole digger, and once again centered in the middle of the intermittent stream, we've dug a test pit a little more than 4 feet deep. And we did finally hit standing groundwater at approximately 48 inches, which is quite a bit different, deeper than groundwater found at the previous holes that we've looked at today. So even here in the undisputed bordering vegetated wetland, in an area that shows wetland hydrology during some portions of the year, we don't have groundwater until we hit the 4-foot depth. Here we are at our observation hole at the intermittent stream. At the 4-foot depth, we did get a little bit of moisture, but by and large, as in the other holes, a medium to fine, very light colored sand with no sign of redoxomorphic structure such as depletions, concentrations, or mottles. There is no sign of oxidized rhizospheres or any other sign of wetland hydrology anywhere within the soil profile going down to 48 inches. Here we have our measurement to the standing water, and as you can see, 4 feet or 48 inches before we actually hit the top of the groundwater table.